Few figures in rock history possess the kind of mythic stature that Freddie Mercury does. The Queen frontman was more than just a singer, he was a force of nature. Every time he stepped onto a stage, he seemed to command an energy that few performers before or since have been able to match. His voice, charisma, and theatrical flair helped redefine what a rock star could be. Yet even Mercury understood that artists like him were only able to thrive because others had first broken down the barriers. And no band smashed those barriers more dramatically than the Beatles. More than 60 years after their breakthrough, the Beatles remain the defining influence on modern popular music. Their impact reaches far beyond their own catalog, shaping generations of artists who followed. Whether musicians embraced their sound or deliberately rebelled against it, they were still reacting to a blueprint the Fab Four had established. Freddie Mercury was among those who openly celebrated that legacy. Listening closely to Queen's catalog reveals just how deeply the Beatles' influence ran. The playful charm of Crazy Little Thing Called Love recalls the melodic simplicity of early Beatles recordings, filtered through the spirit of Elvis. Massive audience sing-alongs such as We Are the Champions evoke the communal power of Hey Jude. Even Mercury's affection for old-fashioned music hall and theatrical songwriting often mirrored the style that critics sometimes referred to as Paul McCartney's granny music. Yet when it came to identifying the Beatle who resonated with him the most, Mercury never hesitated. For all his admiration of McCartney's melodic gifts, Mercury felt a stronger connection to John Lennon's artistic philosophy. Songs such as Queen's Bring Back That Leroy Brown showcased Mercury's love of theatrical storytelling, but beneath the flamboyance was something intensely personal. He believed that music had to come from the heart, and that commitment to honesty was something he recognized immediately in Lennon. Unlike many songwriters who chased commercial success, Lennon often appeared driven by a desire to reveal his innermost thoughts and emotions. Whether writing with the Beatles or during his solo career, he was willing to expose vulnerability, frustration, and self-doubt in ways that few major rock stars dared. That fearlessness left a profound impression on Mercury. Although Queen would never strip their sound down as radically as Lennon did on albums like Plastic Ono Band, Mercury admired the former Beatles' willingness to follow his artistic instincts wherever they led. He saw Lennon as someone who created music because he had something meaningful to say, not because he was trying to produce another hit single. Among all the musical heroes Mercury admired, including legends like Aretha Franklin and Hendrix, Lennon occupied a special place. Reflecting on his admiration, Mercury once said, "He was larger than life, I think, and an absolute genius. Even at a very early stage, when they were the Beatles, I always preferred John Lennon's things. I don't know why, he just had that magic." Those words reveal more than simple fandom. Mercury recognized in Lennon the qualities he valued most in an artist: originality, honesty, and an almost unexplainable creative spark. His admiration became even more evident after Lennon's tragic death in 1980. One of the most heartfelt tributes in Queen's catalog is Life is Real, Song for Lennon, featured on the 1982 album Hot Space. While the album itself remains one of Queen's most divisive releases, the song stands as a deeply personal expression of grief and respect. Throughout the track, Mercury sounds genuinely affected by the loss of a musician who had inspired him for years. The tribute demonstrated that Lennon's influence on Mercury went far beyond musical technique. It was about authenticity. Mercury was never as politically outspoken as Lennon, nor did he seek to become a public activist. Nevertheless, he understood the importance of emotional truth in songwriting. He believed audiences could only connect with an artist who was willing to reveal something real about themselves. That belief became one of the defining characteristics of Queen's music. Whether expressing joy, heartbreak, loneliness, or triumph, Mercury approached performance with total commitment. In many ways, it mirrored the emotional directness that had made Lennon such a compelling songwriter in the first place. For Freddie Mercury, the Beatles changed the world. But among the Fab Four, one figure stood above the rest. Paul McCartney may have possessed unmatched melodic instincts. George Harrison may have offered spiritual depth. Ringo Starr may have provided the band's steady heartbeat. Yet for Mercury, John Lennon was the Beatle who had the magic. And in the eyes of one of rock's greatest frontmen, there could be no higher compliment than that.